Hey everybody, so today we have kind of a Technomancer video. There is actually no Technomancer video from Outriders themselves, People Can Fly. The only Technomancer video that we could find that actually does cover it somewhat in depth is from IGN. It's not as in depth as the other ones, but it does cover and explain kind of the Technomancer a little bit more. We'll start it here in a second. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments. Before we start, the first number for today's stream is 702. 702 702. Okay, so we are starting the first video. Here it is. Like I said, this is not our video, not Outriders video. It's from IGN. It's the only one we could find, so please understand it will be a little bit different.
So good. So good, guys. Calm down.
Outriders' fourth and final class to be revealed is the Technomancer, a gadget class able to call in missile strikes, freeze enemies with ice fists, and even go full Arnie by materializing a minigun in its hands. Basically, it's an artillery platform in human form. Recently, I had the opportunity to test out the Technomancer and see what abilities it has to offer, and how it compares to the Pyromancer, Trickster, and Devastator. What I found was yet another class that feels notably distinct, and provides a unique angle of approach for Outriders' violent encounters.
It's like their primary gun user.
Yeah.
The Technomancer is much less direct than its sibling classes, as most of its abilities are deployables. Its initial trio...
Okay, so one thing we want to stress here. The Pyromancer, the Trickster, and the Devastator all gain health by being aggressive. You can't take cover, you've got to go out, you got to kill stuff, you got to go toe-to-toe, okay? We've said that in our other videos. This one is the only one that if you go out there and try to go toe-to-toe, you will be on the ground dead.
Yes, because it's squishy. It's a squishy bed.
This is what would be classified as your toilet paper class. Your glass cannon does a lot of damage, however, does die very quickly. We just wanted to make sure you guys do know that. We have stressed in the other classes that you have to play an aggressive. You can't just sit back. This one, you have to sit back or your teammates will be reviving you.
of summonable gadgets are a good taster platter from the class's full menu. The Scrapnel is a bowling ball-sized proximity mine that's thrown like a grenade. The Cryo Turret automatically freezes enemies, slowing them down and opening them up for easy headshots. And the Pain Launcher is a missile battery that obliterates an area with a barrage.
So,
Pain launcher.
question. If Cryo freezes them, then if the Pyromancer hits them, they're frozen, fire and ice. Would that mean the Pyromancer would crit instantly since they're frozen?
Possibly. I mean, I don't know how that would, like how that combo would work. Plus, also, you know, you have the Pyromancer that can freeze them as well with the Ash. So I don't know how those would fully work, but I just know that at least you would have fire on them. So does that break the freeze as well?
I don't know, but can you imagine
that's a
freezing
question.
or time like 8 or 9 guys, and then this guy pulls out his missile barrage and it just barrages the fucking area?
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
It would be great.
With
Just being able to
explosives.
throw
That thing
out.
looks like
Oh yeah, I mean this.
yeah,
thing's
that, and that
nasty.
looks like it does. Yeah, and that thing definitely does. Like you can tell
Some
it does the
damage.
most damage.
It's like the gunner on Borderlands too. Like, look.
Oh, yeah.
One of those.
You can probably already see how those abilities fit together.
I mean,
In
just look at
direct
those
opposition to the damage the Technomancer puts out are its defenses. The class is basically
I
wrapped in
still
tinfoil
love
rather
the
than armor.
grenade.
See, you can die. He dies.
Oh.
This is the first video we've seen
Sad.
where he dies dead, and I guess
That was quick too. Can we like? How
Yeah.
fast did that happen? Like, I feel like that was like extra squishy.
well, I mean, I don't know if this is the same. character,
Technomancer
but we'll
puts
see.
out are its defenses. The class is basically
Yeah,
he's
wrapped
already
in
low on
tinfoil
health.
rather than armor.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
a little bit.
Yep. He's super low. Okay. Oh yeah. All right. At least it wasn't like
And
As
a
the
just one
squishy
shot
squishiest
hit.
of the
that
four
one guy.
classes, the Technomancer relies more on cover and letting its deployables do a lot of the dirty work. To help out, any damage inflicted, be that with weapons or gadgets, heals the Technomancer regardless of distance.
So regardless of distance, no matter how far it is away, any damage he gets healed. So that does help.
Oh, yeah.
The one thing I guess I didn't see before is this right here.
World
I've
Tier
never seen
3,
this on
yes.
any of the other videos.
Oh,
World Tier 3.
the tiers.
Yeah,
It's,
I know.
it's
I
because
know.
all the other
I know about the
Well,
tiers and what they are and
because
everything, but this is the first time that we've seen
it's
that.
because this game is freaking awesome because you can go into settings and actually fully change your UI as you want.
Absolutely.
So all the other ones
100%.
that Outrider does,
Mhm.
Outriders makes it where it doesn't look
A
like a
lot
game
of
in a
the-
sense. You know, it
Yeah,
takes
they
everything
take
off.
away a lot of it. Yeah. So you can go into
Yeah.
your interface, go in there and be like, okay, I only want my healing, I only want my guns, or I only want, my map. And you can take everything as clean or as messy
Or as
as you
cluttered if
want
you
it
want.
to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bomber
That's
likes
what I
loading.
love. I love that option.
I like it messy.
It's to target.
Yeah.
Unlike the
Messy is
Trickster and
the way to go.
Devastator, who must be up close to benefit from health
That's just
leeching,
fucking
the
nasty,
Technomancer is
Trickster.
pretty forgiving when it comes to self-maintenance. That system means big combos result in huge health top-ups. There's real satisfaction in using a cryo turret
I don't
or
know if
cold
y'all
snap, an
noticed
area of
this.
effective.
Every time this particular guy does headshots or look that one in the middle, 1043, and that's off of his freeze. That wasn't him shooting, so that's just his freezing in World Tier 4. So that's he's gone up in one more level. So, he can do some damages, as you could tell, because if you look at the other videos and look at them, I know that they don't really show what their world tier they're in. However, their numbers aren't as high, nowhere near. So you can definitely tell that this is, if you want to do the ultimate damage, that's what you're, that's
Yeah, I mean,
your
if you want the top numbers,
you may want to do this.
Technomancer,
From what's going to be it.
From what IGN is saying,
Right.
they're the glass cannon. Your abilities are going to devastate the shit out of people. However, they'll also mention in the video your abilities also are slower than the other ones.
Exactly. Might be harder
Ability
to
that
play
freezes
solo.
enemies surrounding you.
Yeah, I was thinking that, Lady, on the fact that this would be a little bit tougher to play solo. And mind you, it looks like he is playing solo.
However-
So
Yeah, and however, though, think about it. All the different gear you can get, that you can get things that will reduce your cooldowns. So
yeah,
maybe
and
you build that way.
He mentioned that he didn't get to actually see how far in the end game you can go as far as the gear reducing it and everything. But there is gear that can reduce it.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to see if you could reduce it to where it'd be more in line with the other classes. But also remember, the other classes can get gear to reduce their time so they can get theirs back faster, even faster than yours. So
Yeah. But I mean, if you can get on par with those other classes, you
Oh
can,
yeah, and have
you
it
can
just
really
a little
get
bit
there.
better.
And then I don't think I've seen any armor increase or or I'm sure there is, but when you actually look at the armor, if you can build this up with some of those tougher armors, that maybe you're gonna lose some of your other stuff.
like
but you're
light,
gonna be a
medium,
little
heavy
less
armor?
Squishy, yeah, a little less squishy. I mean,
Maybe.
it's definitely playable, but
When you're moments from death, and then dropping
Yeah.
a pain launcher to obliterate everyone around you and fully restore your health bar.
Boom.
People Can Fly's designers promise that the flexibility of Outriders' skill tree means the Technomancer need not remain a glass cannon its entire life. That setup is just the base from which you build. Despite only having spent an hour with it, I can already see the class's potential in a support role. Fixing Wave is an ability that not only heals you and your turret children, but all players in the squad too.
Is it funny that he calls them turret children, or is it just me that finds that funny?
No, I think it's
no.
pretty freaking hilarious.
I haven't
Your
seen this
turret
screen
children.
yet, or maybe I have seen this screen, but I don't remember.
So our
it
last
because I
video,
have
they
ADD.
showed the screen very quickly because you can change your skills out in the middle of combat, and the one guy died because he was changing it out, and Bomber had mentioned
Okay.
that you got to change it out.
Oh,
Make sure
just on the
you know.
fly like that. Gotcha.
Yeah, but I mean, you have these right here. It tells you where they're at. You can change them out, and I'm guessing you change it out, it will be on cooldown. But
The
there you go,
artwork's
right there.
pretty
Cryo
rad.
turret, 23-second cooldown.
23 seconds.
Pain launcher,
26 on the
26-second
pain launcher.
cooldown.
But that's the big boy though. That's the one that hurts the most.
Yeah, that pain launcher.
Well, I mean, build a missile launcher from scrap and bomb the area to deal 1,065 damage
1,060,
per
yeah.
hit and interrupt enemy
Per
skills.
hit.
So this is also an interrupt.
Yep.
An
As it
enemy
says,
skill.
ordnance interrupt.
They also had
It's
skill
so-
draining. That's cool.
Combined with the cryo turret and the beefy
Cryo turret, 7-second cooldown.
Yeah, so that one's going to
400
be the one you
damage.
use all the time.
That'll be like, doot, 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 put it down over and over and over again.
a blighted turret,
That's gonna help
which
you
inflicts
be
a
able to burn
poison-like
things
toxic
down.
effect on foes,
Oh, yeah.
I imagine the Technomancer could be a great crowd controller, while also keeping HP topped up. For me though, the Technomancer feels more like a
I mean,
headline act
his
when it's
turret
an
was
all-out
still out and it
damage
was already
dealer.
almost ready to be
Like
put
some
back
of the
out.
other classes, it has an
Yeah.
ability that can replace the bullets in your weapon's magazine with elemental.
Whoa, 54-second cooldown?
Look at those hit points though. That was at 22,000. Oh shit.
Oh, 54. Yeah, for blighting rounds. Dang. But how long does it last, I wonder? The skill lasts until you reload or switch weapons. Okay.
Well, make sure if you use it, you got full mag.
Bullets in your weapon's magazine
Right.
with elemental
Right.
projectiles.
Reload, bitches.
In this case, toxic blighted rounds. But where it gets really fun is Tool of Destruction, perhaps the bluntest instrument any class has access to. Tapping the ability's trigger button materializes a temporary rocket launcher in your arms, loaded with 4 missiles that are sure to get a party started. It's a great trick to pull when mini-bosses make their appearances. Hold the button instead, however, and you'll
Okay,
summon
so I
a
just wanna
rotary
go over that
minigun. The button
one more
instead,
second.
however, their appearances.
Yeah.
Hold the button
Sorry.
make their appearances.
Damn it!
Party started. It's a great trick to pull when mini-bosses
We're rapid.
Mini bosses. That guy right there is a mini boss. Watch what this one weapon does with one shot.
make their appearances. Hold the button instead, however, and you'll summon a rotary
two-shot.
minigun.
Melt
Be
it.
prepared with 160 rounds
I mean,
of pure punishment.
Three-quarter
It's ideal for
of his
making
health is
mincemeat of
gone.
enemy hordes, of which there are quite a lot in Outriders. It's a shame everything on Enoch seems to have red blood though, because with some green spatter, you'd have a reasonable Predator cosplay going on. People Can Fly note that it has
But you see
offset the
that?
huge damage potential
Like,
of the Technomancer with
I know I
slightly
hate
longer
having to
cooldowns
stop it so
compared to
many
its other
times.
classmates.
When-
Tool of Destruction certainly kept me
When he
compared
brought
to its
out
other
his chain
the
gun,
Technomancer with slightly
when he
longer
brought out his chain gun right there, you could see his health was like at half. As soon as it pretty much started hitting everybody, he was already at full health.
Oh yeah, and so mind you,
So like he's
he's
gaining so
pummeling
much
this
health by
guy
hitting him.
for 300 to 700. Well, this is a Juggernaut with a shield, so I'm guessing this is some type of mini boss or something, and he's just eating the bullets.
Excited.
Dirty.
I wonder. So I wonder if you popped this ability and then popped blighted, all the rounds in it are blighted. Could you stack the two?
It's a good. Well, no, because this particular ability, you have to hold down that button. So I don't know if you can. Can you? I don't know if it's like your regular weapons.
No,
'cause
no.
this
You
is
hold
one of your-
it down to, I think, activate it.
Right. Well, you have to keep it held down.
Oh, okay.
As far as I think,
That
I don't know,
was your
maybe not,
impression?
because I think it said if you tap it, you get the rocket launcher. So I don't know. That's something that may need to look into more.
potential of the Technomancer with
It'll be
slightly
interesting.
longer cooldowns compared to its other classmates. Tool of Destruction certainly kept me waiting, but I'm interested to know if some tinkering with the skill tree and the use of some modifications will bring the cooldowns more in line with the speedier other classes. The Technomancer seems like another fun addition to Outriders' collection of bombastic killers. Even in just an hour of play it felt flexible. By mixing up the combination of assigned skills, I felt like I was able to fulfill a variety of playstyles, be that herder of automatic turrets or wielder of oversized weaponry. And, if Outriders' promise of extensive build potential proves true, it seems a fun class to fine-tune over long hours of play. If the Division's tiny turrets and whining drones didn't quite do it for you, then the Technomancer may be more your speed.
That guy threw 2 grenades out for that one
For
guy.
more, why not check out one of these other
Yeah.
videos?
Okay, so
I
Well,
love
no,
this
he only
class.
threw the
I
one
love what
grenade.
this class looks
He only
like.
threw the one grenade plus the turret at the same time.
Have
'cause I
you
think he threw
seen
the turret
grenades on the
first.
other classes? Is this like?
No, it is two. Never mind. You're right. I thought.
yeah, so he throws
Wow.
one and then he's got another one loaded. The first one
That's
goes
funny.
off.
Wow.
Watch.
Some whining drones didn't
Goes
quite
off,
do it for
boom,
you, then the
And then
Technomancer
second.
Oh, okay. Then the second one blew up.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
So I've seen the grenade
Pretty
on the
cool.
trickster, right? Like they have that slow mo kind of grenade thing.
Well,
I want to say
he
the other
has
ones
that-
have. I think the other
he
ones
has
have
that
had
temporal
grenades.
slash where he slashes and they can blow up because of that. Because
Yeah,
it's just a
okay.
damage.
I
over
thought he
time.
like
If
threw
they
out
die
like a
with it, then
time
they blow up.
grenade at one point.
Maybe he does.
It like flew up. I don't know. Fuck it. But the fact that this one has so many grenade, like I like that option, even though it's squishy. I feel like if I can make this work and I can make myself be like somewhat
Well, think
armored,
about this.
it's
Like
gonna be my favorite
this,
class.
yeah, like this class can sit back. Like if you're just too afraid to get in the mix of things, like that's just not your style in any
It's
game.
bad because I
This
have
may
that.
be your
I have a hard
style.
time getting too into things. Like I'm a Rambo.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it. We're gonna
So I mean,
take
this
it
could be
out.
the perfect one because you can just sit back because you can't. Like the game's not going to even allow you to be like balls to the wall or run at stuff because you're just going to die. So
Well, yeah, you have
I
that
think that's a
support.
great
Like,
thing.
I just wish there was
Yep.
more. Like when it comes to support, I wish there was more support for the rest of your teams. Like if I'm gonna play a support class,
it
I want to
does.
be able to.
He does. This one, because earlier, there's a area of effect that heals
Okay.
his turrets, but as
Okay.
long as your allies are inside that, they also get healed.
Oh, I
So,
totally missed that.
If you're
Sweet.
in, yeah,
Yeah, I guess
so
I missed
you
that
do
one
have that
also.
option.
Well,
Yeah, so this
that's
one has a
excellent.
true heal for your people because he's the only one. This is the only class that can heal your allies, which is I think it's pretty sweet. It's just a cool and just like I said, I think the best thing about this whole game is that you can look at each class and it's completely different. Like there's no
Yes.
like you're not like, oh, this is too similar to the other one. No, they're completely different. They play different, and then you have 3 trees per class that you can fully change to make the way you want to play.
Yeah,
so.
which
No, but
I
I
wish
think
we
it's so
could
hard to
see the
play the
tree
same way.
because I'd love to see.
Yeah, I would.
The
and
other ones went
the
over
next-
the trees as far as like like the last video we did. The trickster can also be a tank. I'd love to see what the trees would do. He didn't go into a lot of detail, so I'm kind of wondering if they let him see the tree or not.
Outriders will release that information on their next broadcast, whenever that is.
We will make a video on it.
Once we get that exactly, we'll just sit down and go over the damn tree. If anything,
Yeah, it was supposed to be in September, but
Screenshot it.
that didn't happen.
And
so
if we find
we'll
out
see.
anything else, we'll post stuff on the video. If you guys have any questions, please post them here, or you can also post them in our Discord. We do have an Outriders chat that we talk in sometimes. But hey, come on out. We appreciate you guys. If you guys got any questions, please shoot them out. This isn't that long of a video just because we don't have that much information on the Technomancer, other stuff than we've heard. And we're hoping for this to be released in holiday 2020, but I will call it right here on this video. I have a deep down gut feeling that it's going to be delayed.
You take it. You're fucking take it back.
Take it back.
I'm
Shut your dirty.
I'm not
whore
taking it back because
take
at
it
the end of the day,
I know there's plenty of stuff to play in between, but I just want this game. I just want this game.
There's so much stuff that is like leaning towards that, so I feel.
So the next question is, Bomber, are you getting it on the Xbox or are you gonna get it on the PC?
I am gonna get it on the Xbox, even though I probably may not have a Series X to play it on, but I'll play it on my Scorpio, because my PC can't play this at all.
Lady.
Now, I will say this: if I was part of our community and actually did our wonderful giveaway that we're doing for 2 3070s and 2 3080s, yeah, I would be able to play this without a problem.
Which, by the way, the middle number is 185. Thank you, Bomber. 185, and the last number is 999. Last number is 999. Lady, thank you for coming out again and helping us with the podcast. And
thank you, Lady.
Thank you, Bomber, for coming out. We will have another video up sometime this week.
I thought I was just in it.
You are in it, but I still thank you, you stinking. Some people. Anyways, thank you guys for coming out. We'll see about maybe uploading some videos sooner or more often, or just our thoughts on what we know about. The next one will probably be on the monster hunt, so you guys can actually see them. It looks like to be some type of contract killing system. So we will talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Peace out.